Ron DeSantis served in the House and now governs the great state of Florida. Welcome, Mr. Governor. It's great to see you again. Give us the latest with redrawing the political lines in Florida.
Well, I called a special session for the Florida legislature at the end of April. And the reason why I did it then is because, as you know, Trey, there's a decision pending with the U.S. Supreme Court regarding racial gerrymandering. That'll have a big impact on our map as it stands right now. So we want to give the court time to be able to issue that decision so we can respond to it appropriately, but also do it so that we're still doing it soon enough before our filing deadline. So our filing deadline is now in June. Our primary is in late August, and so the timing will work out, and we'll be ready to go once the court rules on that.
All right, Governor, I had the pleasure of serving on 2 committees with you, so I know you're a really smart lawyer. The Constitution requires a decennial census, but says nothing about how often the lines can be drawn. Was there an undercount in 2020, and how many more red seats could there be in your state?
Well, that's a whole separate subject. But yes, Florida was undercounted by the Biden administration. When I point that out, people will always say, wait a minute, Donald Trump was president in 2020 when most of the census was done, which is true. But what happened is Biden came in January 21. He issued an executive order, and the way they ended up arriving at those was different from what the outgoing Trump administration had told us. So Florida was supposed to gain 2 seats. We only gained 1. Texas was supposed to gain 3. They only gained 2. The Biden administration themselves acknowledged that that was flawed and that we should have had an extra seat. But that's separate from kind of what we're doing, both responding to the Supreme Court's decision and just, I think, prudentially recognizing Florida's had about 10 or 15 years worth of population growth just since the COVID-19 pandemic. We've led the nation in net in-migration. So if you look at when that census was done versus now, our districts are, in fact, malapportioned. We'll have some districts that have way more votes for Congress than others. And so it is absolutely appropriate to consider that so that Floridians get fair representation.
All right, Governor, can you get a new map, both approved by the General Assembly and make it through what are likely to be court challenges? I'm sure you anticipate those. You're ready for them. Do you think it can all happen in time for your primary season this cycle?
Well, on the first part of it, can the legislature pass it and me as governor sign it? Absolutely. I mean, that'll happen in late April. I'll sign it immediately. Unless they produce a bad map, then I'll send it back for again. But I think they'll do a good job, so we'll sign it. I think what will happen, Trey, as you know, on these maps, there's 6 ways from Sunday people are going to try to sue no matter what you do. I don't know that you would have time to litigate it before the pertinent deadlines. And so I think what that would mean was that the map that's enacted would be the map for 26. There'd probably be litigation that kept continuing throughout 26 and 27. Who knows, maybe even to 28. But I don't anticipate that you'd have a court strike down a map prior to November of 26. So I think if the legislature, just follows the state constitution and produces a good map, I think that'll be the map for November 26.
Oh, Governor, I can't have you without asking you about South and Central America. You have an incredibly diverse state with a keen interest in both South and Central America. What do you make of the arrest and removal of Nicolás Maduro and what happens next in Venezuela?
Well, Trey, this has been an issue that's been very personal to a lot of my constituents, particularly in South Florida. Obviously, you have the Cuban Americans who experienced this with Castro many decades ago. But the Chavez-Maduro regime, the junta that governed Venezuela for the past 20 years, destroyed the country. And it produced millions of refugees throughout South America and, of course, some into the state of Florida. And this was very personal. And there was a sense of hope that Maduro is going to be brought to justice. I mentioned that there's federal charges in New York City. That does not preclude the state of Florida from bringing state charges. And so our attorney general is looking at that. But there was a big sense of joy and relief, particularly in southern Florida, that this guy that had destroyed so many lives was finally going to face justice himself.
Ron DeSantis of the great state of Florida, by the way, also served in uniform. Thank you for that and look forward to seeing you soon.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.